back again to my life. It was been a very busy day today, but we're going to continue to read the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7. So I'm gonna read from my Bible. Where is Mark? Oops. Excuse me, you stay there. Come on. Oh, I'm doing reading, okay? Because do you want me to switch off the TV first? Or are you watching? Okay, I'll be back, okay? See you later. See ya. Okay, Mark chapter 7. Followers of tradition. The Pharisees and some of the scribes gathered around him when they had come from Jerusalem. For the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they carefully wash their hands, thus observing the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they cleanse themselves. And there are many other things which they have received in order to observe, such as the washing of cups and pitchers and copper pots. The Pharisees and the scribes asked him, "Why do your disciples not walk according to the tradition of the elders, but eat their bread with impure hands?" And he said to them, "Rightly did Isaiah prophesy of you hypocrites, as it is written, 'The people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far away from me. But in vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the precepts of men, neglecting the commandments of God, you hold to the tradition of man.'" He was also saying to them, "You are expert of setting aside the commandment of God in order to keep your tradition. For Moses said, 'Honor your father and your mother,' and he who speaks evil of father or mother is to be put to death. But you say, if a man says to his father or his mother, 'Whatever I have that would help you is korban,' that is to say, given to God, you no longer permit him to do anything for his father or his mother." Yes, I'm reading the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7, and I'm using my Bible, the New American Standard Bible. Thus validating the Word of God by your tradition, which you have handed down, and you do many things such as that. After he called the crowd to him again, he began saying to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside the man which can defile him if it goes into him, but the things which proceed out of the man are what defile the man." Hi, Anastasia. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, Abdullah. Welcome, Freddy. Welcome, Ronald McDonald's. Ronald McDonald's. After he called the crowd to him again, he began saying to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside the man which can defile him if it goes into him, but the things which proceed out of the man are what defiled him. If anyone has ears to hear, let him hear." When he had left the crowd and entered the house, his disciples questioned him about the parable. And he said to them, "Are you so lacking in understanding also? Do you not understand that whatever goes into the man from outside cannot defile him, because it does not go into his heart but into his stomach and is eliminated? Thus he declared all foods clean." And he was saying, "That which proceeds out of the man, that is what defiles the man. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed the evil thoughts, fornications, theft, murderers, adulterers, deeds of coveting and wickedness, as well as deceit, sensuality, envy, slander, pride, and foolishness. All these evil things proceed from within and defile the man. Jesus got up and went away from there to the region of Tyre, and when he had entered the house, he wanted to no one to know of yet he could not escape notice. But after hearing of him, a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit immediately came and fell at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile of the Syrophoenician race, and she kept asking him to cast out demons out of her daughter. And he was saying to her, "Let the children be satisfied first, for it is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." But she answered and said to him, "Yes, Lord, but even the dogs under the table feed of the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "Because of this answer, go, demon has gone out of your daughter." And going back to her home, she found the child lying on the bed, the demon having left. Again he went out from the region of Tyre and came through Sidon to the Sea of Galilee, within the region of Decapolis. They brought to him one who was deaf and spoke with difficulty, and they implored him to lay his hands on him. Jesus took him aside from the crowd by himself and put his fingers into his ears, and after spitting, he touched his tongue with the saliva. And looking up to heaven with a deep sigh, he said to him, "Ephphatha," that is, be open. And his ears were opened, and the impediment of his tongue was removed. And he began speaking plainly. And he gave them orders not to tell anyone, but the more he ordered them, the more widely they continued to proclaim it. They were utterly astonished, saying, "He has done all things well. He makes even the deaf to hear and he mute to speak." And the mute to speak. So that is the chapter 7 of the Gospel of Mark. I'm using this kind of New American Standard Bible. And here I have also a King James version. And I would like to read this in King James as well, because I just like to compare the translation. I just like the comparison. I don't know why, but this is what I do. I like to read few different of translation. So this is the old King James version, and let's read our Bible. Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain. You want me to hold your baby? Okay, I'll put it there. Okay, bye baby. Okay, see you. See you, love. Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, they found fault. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. So this is so different, the King James version. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands off, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. And when they come, all right, my oven is just finished. I will be come back. I'll be right back, guys. Yes, I'm back. I'm baking a apple pie. So my oven is just finished and let's continue. And when they came from the market, except they eat not, and many other things there be, which they have received to hold as the washing of cups and pots, brazen vessels, and of tables. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not your disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread within unwashed hands? He answered and said unto them, well have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, these people honored me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. However, in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For, laying aside the commandment of God, you behold the tradition of man, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things you do. And he said unto them, full well you reject the commandments of God, that you may keep your own tradition. For Moses said, honor your father and your mother, and whoever curse father or mother, let him die the death. But you see, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Korban, that is to say, a gift of whatever you might be profited by me, he shall be free. And you suffer him no more to do oath for his father or his mother, making the word of God of none effect through your tradition, which you have delivered, and many such like things do you. And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, hearken unto me every one of you, and understand. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him, but the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. Thank you, Piper. God bless. Thank you for tuning in my live. I'm reading the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him according the parable. And he said unto them, are you so without understanding also? Do you not perceive that whatever things from without entered into the man, it cannot defile him? Because it entered not into his heart, but into the belly, and goes out into the draught, purging all meat. And he said that which come out of the man that defile the man. For for from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murderers, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceits, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things came from within and defiled the man. And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon, and entered into an house, and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid. For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, and came and fell at his feet. Excuse me.
Right here.
Okay, if you wanna go there, you can come back.
No.
Okay then. Alright, stay there. You watch your TV. Do you want me to switch off the TV?
Pick me more. Mom.
The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she sought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Jesus said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. And she answered and said unto him, yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. And he said unto her, For the saying, Go your way, the devil is gone out of your daughter. And when she was come to her house, she found the devil gone out, and her daughter laid upon the bed. And again, departing from the coast of Tyre and Sidon, he came unto the sea of Galilee through the midst of the coast of Decapolis. And they bring unto him one that was deaf and had an impediment in his speech, and they beseech him to put his hands upon him. And he took him aside from the multitude, and put his fingers into his ears, and he spit and touched his tongue. And looking up to heaven, he said and said unto him, Ephphatha, that is, be open. And straightway his ears were open, and the string of his tongue was loose, and he spake plain. And he charged them that they should tell no man. But the more he charged them so much, the more a great deal they published it, and were beyond measure astonished, saying, He have done all things well. He make both the deaf to hear and the dumb to speak. So that's the chapter 7 of the Gospel of Mark. It's so amazing that when Jesus will heal that kind of um you know the mute, just like I think the mute and the deaf, and through his word he will just say be open and it will be open. And I'm so amazed that that's how powerful is our God is. Jesus can just see the word and it will happen. He is so full of power, and I pray to God that God will touch my body today and renew me and refresh me, because I am just so full on today. I'm so busy, lots of things to do, and it's a bit late for me to do live about this Bible reading, but I am so glad that I still make it. And yeah, I'm here. I finished the Gospel of, I finished the chapter 7, and tomorrow again will come tomorrow. I'm going to continue the chapter 8. All right, that's all for today, and thank you so much for everyone who's being here. To Piper, thank you for your Piper, yeah. Thank you for likes of my live. I pray that God will be in your family. God will heal all your family's diseases and sickness, and God will give you health, and He will give you peace. He will give you love, the peace that Jesus left here on earth. All right, bye everyone. Thank you for my viewers here in YouTube. Thank you. Bye.